Hello everyone and thank you for joining. In this demo, I'm going to show you how KubeVirt and all of its supporting operators such as CDI for storage, CNA for network and so on, all can be easily deployed, monitored and maintained by the Hyperconverged Cluster Operator on OKD cluster or OpenShift Container Platform cluster. HCO is not yet available in Operator App by default, but will be soon be there. Until then, we can create a custom catalog source by navigating to cluster settings, global configuration, Operator App, sources, and we create a new catalog source. Let's call it HCO catalog source, and the image URL of the container image is this. We are publishing the most recent index image here and we're creating it. Once we create the catalog source, a pod is being created on OpenShift Marketplace, and this processing the index image and make the package of the operator available at Operator Hub. Now we can navigate to Operator Hub and search for KubeVirt keyword. We can see it here. We can see general information about the operator and description. Clicking on the install button, we choose the most recent update channel, which will soon be changed to stable. The operator is installed on a specific namespace on the cluster, which is KubeVirt Hyperconverged. This operator is singleton, meaning it can be only installed once per cluster because it's watching all the virtualization resources within the cluster. We click on install. Now the first stage of the installation begins. The resources are being deployed by OLM. We can see, we can navigate to KubeVirt Hyperconverged namespace, and we can see our operator is installing. The resources that it's installed are listed in the install plan objects under component. This is what's going to be installed by our HCO package. These are mostly CRDs and service accounts and role bindings, and also the CSV object, which is a spatial object containing all the deployments and other resources that was defined to be deployed. These are the initial deployments, mainly operator pods that are in charge of watching the RCRs and acting accordingly. Once we see that all pods in stage 1 have been deployed and the status is succeeded, we can proceed to creating the HCO custom resource. There is the form view or the YAML view. We can set some feature gates. These are the default values, and we can click on create. Once we click on create, the custom resource is being populated with conditions telling what is going in the cluster. Currently SSP is progressing, and we can see that a bunch of additional pods have been created, which are deployments and daemon sets. HCO created the custom resource for all the underlying component, such as KubeVirt, CDI, network add-on config, SSP, and so on. You can see that all were created within a minute ago, so since we created the custom resource. So when all the pods are going to be ready, the HCO operator will be ready as well, and it will signal the CSV that the installation is completed. I'm pausing and waiting. Okay, now the HCO is going to be ready, and the installation is succeeded, as we can see here. If any disruption will made to the cluster and for a component, it will be reflected here in the conditions. And now that the installation is completed, we can move to the virtualization page, which is shown after the installation, and create a new virtual machine using the UI. And this is all I wanted to show. Thank you very much.